malaking awesome. And thank you so much, guys. Maraming salamat sa mga patuloy pa rin sa mga suporta dito sa Osa Techismo. So, nevertheless, na matagal na naman ako nakapag-hiatus and I'm really sorry about that kasi marami tayong pinagdadaanan na nagkakasabay-sabay ng mga challenges dito sa personal life ko. So, right now, we're moving out yung mga gamit natin from our office, no? So I'm trying to rearrange everything and fix my time where I will be able to check cryptocurrency, and I just don't want to go to like mag-live, mag-explain sa inyo ng wala naman talaga akong alam at wala naman talaga akong magandang sasabihin or informative na mga sasabihin. Pero ako nga pala sa Bern, I've been here since 2017. I've been trying to share you guys my wins and losses dito sa cryptocurrency since 2021. Okay, so big news. This is the reason why we're dumping, no? So dapat aangat na tayo eh. We were about to close the week nung sa 63. Ito yung prediction natin for the longest time, pero nag-close tayo below 63. So dun ko nasasabi sa inyo na we're still in a bearish and we are not we should be cautious sa pagiging hopeful, no? Saktong-sakto, no, before the close of the week, okay, ang nangyari is kumbaga we met this kind of news, no? So sabi dito, no, US Central Command Forces began launching, okay, more strikes against Iran to continue degrading their ability to attack civilian mariners and commercial ships freely transiting the Strait of Hormuz. So, ito yung tingin ko dito. So, the case in point, no, what is very clear for us is gustong kunin na ni United States yung Strait of Hormuz, which mamaya mapoprove ko rin sa inyo kasi manggagaling na rin to sa bibig mismo nung presidente ng United States. Anyways, hindi pa rin naman nagbabago, no? So, I'm really expecting na angat tayo pero mukhang hindi na ito matutuloy. Mauuna na ata yung drop. Kasi nagpo-produce na tayo ng lower lows. So, marami din nagsasabi na last drop, etc. I really don't think so kasi kailangan talaga nito ma-prolong. Lalo na sa ganitong structure, no. So lower low, isa pang drop pero fake out, tapos pag angat nito, isa pang low. So parang ganito yung nakikita ko, guys. If try natin, no. So sabihin natin ganyan talaga yung mangyari, no. Na hindi na to mangyari na pumasok tayo sa moving average na red or which is yung 20 moving average. Ang mangyari is we go down tapos biglang hindi ulit bababa. So magkakaroon ng hopium na tinatawag na inverse head and shoulder. Pagka nangyari yon is biglang aangat tayo, biglang doon tayo papasok ng bad news at saka tayo tutuloy, which is doon na form yung bearish divergence natin sa RSI natin. So makikita nyo siya dito. Okay? So hindi siya na nagtutugma, no? Nakita natin na umaangat na siya at bumabagsak. So, but again, guys, anything can happen kasi nandito tayo sa point or case in point ng market na to kung saan mukhang maraming patterns tayong gustong ulitin. Pero ayoko nang tumingin doon kasi nga iba na yung cycle natin eh. Mas minsan tinitignan ko na lang yung S&P, yung moment where market really populated yung S&P or yung Nasdaq. Then, tinitignan ko na rin yung kung saan nagkaroon ng massive adoption yung gold, tinitignan ko yung mga markets na yun, no? So, dito sa nakikita ko, guys, okay, I really don't think may gusto pa tayong i-repeat dito sa previous history, no? So, mga previous runs natin or dumps na nangyari, mainly everyone is looking at the previous run natin, which is ito. Sinasabi nila na nauulit daw to, etc. So, for me, okay, probably we are in a zoom out kind of situation where nandito na tayo sa punto na to ng September 2022, dito sa point na to, tsaka tayo angat ng konti, tapos magkaroon pa tayo ng isang dump. Probably, yun yung gustong gawin natin. Although, okay, kasi punong-puno tayo ng manipulation dito sa levels na to, wherein pinigilan talaga to level na to na umangat ng konti pa para ma-reject sa 28K. Pero yun nga, hindi siya natuloy kasi nga may pumasok ng mga news. wherein dapat ma-prolong pa to ng isa pang up pero hindi na buo yung buong structure na to. But yeah, let's go back to our news. No? So this is very important kasi nakarating sa akin yung news very, kumbaga, very naturally. Kasi everyone's like talking about soccer, talking about this, pero nakarating pa rin sa akin yung news na, binomba na ulit daw ni Donald Trump, this and that and that and that. Pati yung tatay ko was like talking about Donald Trump trying to wage war again and trying to take over yung Iran. So it's very good daw, sinabi niya, kasi maraming ginagawang kalokohan na naman si Iran that are not being exposed. Something like that. Pero I think it's a bias. So ako hindi ako consumer eh. Hindi ako consumer. I'm not a Republican. I'm not even I can criticize both sides and I can also kumbaga give them good points, no? So naririnig yun naman ako na binibigyan ko din ng magandang side si Donald Trump, etc. Especially if it is in favor of regulation ng cryptocurrency as a whole and also entering the subnets instead of trying to produce more stable coins. So, since yun na ngayon naging news, nakita ko din tong news ni Coin Bureau, post ni Coin Bureau, kumbaga tracing doon sa move ni Fidelity, which is isa din sa mga ETFs na binabantayan natin, which is FBTC. So, sinasabi nila last drop. Ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo na final drop. But do not listen to this. You know why? It's because nagbago na nga yung system natin. Nagbago na rin yung natin. You can fully see it here, no? So, dito, bitin na bitin tayo. So, what are the chances, no, na kailangan talaga nito mag-sideways bago tayo ulit umabot doon sa green line na sinasabi ni Fidelity. Sabi niya last drop, tapos biglang aangat na. So, this is going to be a long painful battle, no? So we are there already. We have already started it. The first battles usually pag tinitignan sa S&P, very very alike, lalo na nung inadapt yung sa 1990s, no, after nung 1990 crash. Okay, kung isa kayo sa mga buyers ng S&P or nung mga kumbaga ETFs na malulupit, okay? Especially tech, mga internet, no? Yung mga web 1, you will be able to get it, lalo na yung Microsoft, no? So, yan. Isa yon sa mga tinitignan kong patterns na kamukhang kamukha nung nangyayari ngayon sa Bitcoin when it tried to pump, then nag-bleed siya ng todo to really reset the whole market. Tapos pag talagang nagpo-produce pa rin ng volume, doon natin nakita na the market is trying to go back to its feet. So, isa doon sa mga participant noon, no, na si Michael Saylor was also doing the same thing. Noong 2000s, everything, he was betting on internet. He was betting on the new version of internet, which is Web 2, which is nangyari nga, no? But everyone is like laughing at him because he's losing a lot of money, no? Kasi sinasabi niya that there will be a huge transition in the internet and he wants to be the first one and to really prove it to everyone in the Wall Street. So yun nga yung nangyari. He was able to do so. But before that, it was a huge pain, which is ngayon, yun na yung nangyayari ngayon kay Michael Saylor at specifically sa STRC and MicroStrategy. Okay. So, sabi dito, Strategy has increased their US reserve by 450 million as of 7/12. So, this is bad news to the point where people always try to crush a big company, no? Na ganito. So, ayaw to ng mga elite companies din, siguro corporations, no? So, to the point na they will try to really push down this company, which is ganun din man yung nangyari dati if forefront nila yung nagiging buys. So, ang ginagawa, kina-counter-buy siya. So, ngayon may nagbabuy, meron din magta-try mag-sell and try to really influence the whole market emotionally para ma-liquidate kung ano man yung mga neto pinaplano nila. So, maganda yung plano, no? Nandun yung sinasabi ko sa inyo na strategic selling ng STRC. But also, they have a very good, strong buying positions na sinasabi nila to the point na where there is speculation na gustong sabihin ng mga analysts na may magiging malaking buy na gagawin to si Michael Saylor, which is the last biggest buy na gagawin ni Michael Saylor for the next bear market, no? So, parang ganon. And they will be either making it or losing it all. Parang ganon. But I don't believe that because I only believe what I only kumbaga really deep dive on. So, isa to sa mga tinitingnan ko, which is yung 300 moving average, which hindi nyo masyado nakikita sa akin at minsan ko lang pag-usapan. Marami nagsasabi na we might be at the bottom situation already. Okay? Pero I really don't believe that we are the bottom. We are bottoming definitely. Isa yan dahil sa mga iba't ibang news. So, isa to sa supporting baga haka-haka ng mga tao from Bitcoin history, no? Na there will be a massive buy din, no? So isa to, which is on the retail side, this is their prediction, but I really think on the corporate side or sabihin natin sa smart money side or doon sa institutional side, it will be super blind to the point na unexpected na ito na, bili na tayo. Nevertheless, babagsak. Ganun sila eh. Okay, if the stars align, they do it. Okay, hindi sila maghihintay. Hindi sila maghihintay ng umaga, hindi sila maghihintay kung kanino man. And this is the reason why they want Bitcoin, no? Because it is uncontrollable. Okay? Kumbaga, hindi pa siya controlled. Hindi siya sobrang centralized. Kumbaga, decentralized siya at some point, but also it can be centralized if in any case many people, many people try to sell because out of fear, tapos biglang may isang malaking company na gustong bilhin talaga lahat ng Bitcoin in order to control it, but strategically buy it. Parang gano'n. But anyways, it is very impossible at this point, no? Let's not talk about that because that's not the case that is happening right now. Okay. So, dito, sinasabi lang na there will be a massive buy, no? So, Michael Saylor just hinted that strategy is about to announce an absolute massive new buy. Okay. So, marami mag-aabang neto to forefront this. And maybe they're just like also calling for, kumbaga, call to action to, na mag-buy na sila, etc., etc. But I really don't think that they will tell you beforehand kung kailan sila bibili. They will always buy muna. Baga mauna muna talaga yung major crash tapos tsaka sila magsasabi na we were able to buy, we already buy, we will buy a massive buy pero behind that they were able to buy already. Ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo, they are strategically accumulating where there will be no losses because they're looking at the long term. So, next, ito na yung sinasabi ko sa inyo, minutes after nung naging post, which is ngayon lang to, kasi 5:17, so kanina, just 40 minutes or 30 minutes ago, President Trump says that US is taking over the Strait of Hormuz. Kung kailan, tulog yung United States, bigla nag-announce to, which is to also forefront yung mga nagiging betting no, sa mga poly market, or mga iba't ibang betting sites, which is like Kalshi. So, isa ito sa mga bago strategy ngayon na inuunahan habang tulog yung buong market, habang tulog yung buong US, bigla ito nag-ano. So, nangyari yan din nung last time, no? Na bigla siyang gising ng 2:00 ng umaga dito sa California. Bigla siya nag-announce ng something big. But anyways, let's go with this one. Hindi lang naman market ng cryptocurrency, no? We have Asian market mainly who is bleeding a lot of money because 950 billion wipe out in the Asian market. Ayan, no? Markets following US-Iran strike because everyone's like really betting, okay, on this what's going on, okay? Hindi betting like literally betting, no? Because they're betting on the economy of the United States that it will go good, okay? And this makes their currency really bleed. So Japan, kahit yung Korea, also India, China, hindi na rin nakawala, and Taiwan. Okay, and this is just gonna push more people to de-dollarize their country. So, yeah, sa atin nalulubog lang sa utang, wala naman talagang pero ko lang 'yon. Bahala kayo sa buhay niyo magwala diyan sa comment section, di man to government content. Sinasabi ko lang yung totoo at nakikita naman ng lahat, no? Kahit anong panigan niyo, 'di ba? Yun talaga yung nakikita natin. Lubog talaga sa utang yung Philippines. Okay, wala naman, may magsasabi din na wala namang country na hindi lubog. Pero yung deficit natin is sobrang laki. And we have a projection na mas lalaki pa yan for the last 2 years na magiging term ng current So, next, no? So, umulit lang pala to. Next is ito na. This is about the good news because I told you that it's just bottoming. It's not yet the bottom. And also, definitely, it's not the bubble top na tinatawag natin. Kasi marami din nagsasabi, oh, that's the bubble top. It will just like take more years to really be able to get back out. No? So, yeah, I really believe that it will take a little bit more while, yun yung sasabihin ko sa inyo before we be able to see this. But once we get to see the greens, okay, that's gonna be our first buy for Bitcoin and it will be a massive buy as well. Sasabayan natin to. Dito kayo sa data numbers kayo tumingin. Huwag kayo doon sa mga personalities like mga companies, etc. If they're buying Fidelity, etc. MicroStrategies. It's gonna be like just like late na kayo. Kasi syempre may sarili yung galaw may sariling bitaw. Ikaw dapat may sarili ka din bitaw. Marunong kang bumasa, marunong kang Di ba? Kung marunong kang bumasa ng tao, okay, di yun yung bitaw mo. Kung marunong kang bumasa ng numbers, di maganda din yun. Okay? So, yun lang guys. Wala akong masyado i-share ngayon. Okay, I'm still rooting for bear market. Okay, no? So, kung bias lang pag-uusapan, I'm still in this, kumbaga, we've been predicting this since nandito tayo sa level na to. Noong naging tama tayo dito, when we were trying to sell Bitcoin at 72. Okay, nagkamali tayo doon, no? But we're good, no? 72 sell. Nandito na naman tayo sa everyone's calling for 90k. Isa ko din doon nung nandito tayo sa level na to. Pero sinabi ko sa inyo, once it closes above 85k. Yun yung word per word na sinabi ko. So, yeah. Yun lang guys. Again, chismis lang ang lahat ng yun. Kailangan nyo pa rin aralin, planuhin, at kilusan. Nang sa gayon, ang lahat ng to ay ating makamtan. At syempre guys, alam nyo na, stay awesome. Goodbye.